The other thing you want to remember too is Facebook, along with a lot of these other social medias, they will shut you down if you are too aggressive in this department. Twitter kind of does a law of averages, so you can follow up to 2,000 folks, and then people can follow you back. But if you're in a situation where you're capped at 2,000 and there are people following you, you're not following, it will stop you from following anymore until that number starts to reach the same number. So the law of averages, meaning if you're following 2,000 and you want to follow more, you've got to have at least 1,000 or more to follow that many more down the road, so to speak. If that makes sense. Any questions so far? So at this point, the other thing too to remember is if you go overboard in the connection part and people catch wind that what you're doing, then people will start blocking you. They'll fall off your list. Oh, this guy's just a Yahoo. And so you want to manage those connections as closely as possible. When people are making comments or putting things out on news feeds, if you see something of interest and you've not contacted or been in contact with that person, you like it or put a comment back to it. Not provoke an argument, but provoke a discussion. So it's sort of like if we go to the home page here. In any case, the news feed is what you're seeing, that you're reading, that people put out there. Like on Twitter is a news feed, your Facebook has a news feed. You want to really think about the fact that you need to connect to more folks. If you're connected to a ton of folks, you want to make sure that some way or another you're touching upon a comment they're making and so forth, but in a positive manner. You don't want to create an argument, if you will. The news feed is a great way to stay connected to individuals that are a part of what you're doing. Retweeting, if you see something that somebody says that's likable, retweet it, let them know that you're actually seeing what they wrote and you're actually helping promote what they're promoting, obviously within reason. There are things also, you got to keep etiquette in mind and things of that nature and so forth. So the big thing about managing your connections is you want to make sure that, one, as you're connecting, you're not connecting to too many folks at the same time, so you can properly go back and you can say, hello, I would like to meet you, or I'd like to connect with you. You have some interesting things would like to know more about. Go out of your way to get to know that individual, and at the same time, they start getting to know you, and that creates more of a solid relationship. If you're just going out there befriending, sooner or later, the social medias that you're on will shut you down, or they'll give you red flags and so forth. They may be free, but having a free social media means that somebody else has control over who's on it, and they can regulate that as well. Obviously, MySpace, Facebook, and all of them have had their fair share of, as we've talked about in the past, predators and so forth, and they've been shut down, taken off, and those are things that they want to look at too. If anything I can say is if you are a marketer and you're marketing what you're talking about, make sure that you're not giving the same message over and over, and make sure that whatever you're saying is interesting. A nice thing to do is also throw out there, if you've got, let's say you got a couple hundred people on your Facebook fan page, maybe acknowledge their birthday, maybe acknowledge something somebody's done. That gives them a little perk to say they want to be more a part of what you're doing.